Hey everybody, I'm Haran. I was one of the coders of World Wanderer, and I'll be explaining what we built, why we built it, and a demo of how it's used. So what we did is we built a game that makes teaching about geography and world cultures, and of course languages, a little bit more fun and engaging. Um, so the way it works is after a user hits play here, what we do is we'll render a semi-random street view somewhere in the world, and the player has to use only the street view to try and figure out where they are. So I'm gonna run through a little demo of me playing and my thought process while I'm playing it to show you guys how it works. Okay, so this is a very promising one, and first impressions, it looks like we're in a city. Second thing I'm looking at is this is obviously not English. It's some sort of Cyrillic language. So somewhere in the Baltic Seas is what I'm imagining. Um, that's my first takeaway. A lot. Um, this could be promising. Oh yeah, look at that, an RU. Yeah. So now I know, what a coincidence, I just mentioned it. Now I know that we're in Russia. So I'll put a marker near Novosibirsk, and I'll make a guess. And, well, let's see. So that wasn't close. It was closer. So we were right. It was in Russia. It's usually, if you see a city. So I'll just go ahead and do the next. Is Dartmouth. Yeah, and if we zoom in even more, yeah, Dartmouth Castle was the park we were at. We saw the signs there. So another thing we want to do is, because this is a very educational platform, we wanted to teach our users a little bit more about how global sustainability works around the world. So what we did was we made a little sustainability challenge where the focus is basically to, render a street view of different parts of the world and give a little bit, give a few hints on what the city is doing in terms of their own global sustainability. And hopefully from there the user can guess what city it is and learn more about, of course, that city and their sustainability. So let's do the challenge. Let's do a sample. So in this first challenge, the first thing I noticed is that this is a dense city, and upon looking at the background a little bit more, I noticed that's actually New York City. And at this point, it's probably safe to make a guess on where I am, but I wanted to stick around and learn more about the sustainability of New York City. And after reading the hints on the left, I noticed that there's information on how this is actually the Hudson River, and the Hudson River is poorly polluted by the factories and companies surrounding it. And because it's so poorly polluted, there has to be a lot of efforts to clean it up, to make sure that the water going into actual people's homes is clean and safe. In this next challenge, I noticed that I'm inside of another big city again, and another thing I noticed is that there aren't really blue skies. It's very, very dark sky, and after reading the hints, it talks a little bit more about air pollution and the importance of having clean air is in a city, especially on people's health. And so this particular city is actually Beijing. And again, in this next challenge, we arrive in New York City, and this time we're in Central Park. And the information on the left provides hints about how Central Park is actually really good for New York City's sustainability health, because it cools New York City. And because New York City is so densely urbanized, it absorbs heat easier and retains that heat easier. So Central Park actually helps cool down Manhattan. Some closing thoughts. We had a lot of fun making this. We really wanted to make a game that we had a lot of fun playing and also learned a lot while playing it. And at the end of the day, when we were finished with this, we actually played it for a little bit and we realized we had a ton of fun. And I think that was a testament to, something we were proud of. So to reiterate, one of the goals of this project is to help people have more fun learning about geography and learning about world cultures and stuff like that. And whenever they're dropped in a random street view, they look around in that location and look for clues, such as architectures, landscapes, signs, posters, any information they can get, and from there they make a deduction. And it's actually harder than you might think on your first time trying it. But through practice, you actually get a lot better in it, and it's pretty fun. So we hope you try the game out, and we hope you have fun doing it. Thanks a lot.